You are born in tall grass, in a hidden place your mother chose days ago. You weigh barely 3 pounds, your eyes are sealed shut, and the world is nothing but warmth, heartbeat, and the smell of her. You cannot walk, you cannot see her face. But you are already part of something older than memory. Welcome to Inside the Animal, where you don't just learn about a creature, you live its entire life. Today, you are born a lion. This is your whole life, from your first blind breath to your last. For the first weeks, you do not exist to anyone but your mother. She has hidden you away from the pride on purpose, in dense brush or among rocks, because newborn cubs are fragile and the world is full of things that would eat you. Your eyes open after about a week, cloudy and blue. You cannot focus. You crawl toward your mother by smell and warmth alone, and you nurse, and you sleep, and you wait. You are not alone. You have siblings, usually 2 or 3, born around the same time, tumbling beside you in the grass. But here is the truth your mother already knows. Most of you will not live to grow up. Researchers studying lions in the Serengeti, including the long-term work led by Craig Packer and Ann Pusey, have followed prides for decades, and their data is hard. Roughly 2 out of 3 lion cubs die before their second birthday. Disease takes some, starvation takes some, and many are killed by other lions. This is the world you were born into. The question is whether you are one who lives. When you are around 6 to 8 weeks old, your mother does something risky. She carries you, one by one, in her mouth, back to the pride. For the first time you meet the others, the lionesses, your aunts and your sisters, and the cubs they are raising too. Lion mothers in a pride often give birth around the same time and raise their young together, nursing each other's cubs in a shared creche. You will grow up in a tangle of fur and tails and play fighting, and this group of females is the beating heart of everything. A pride is built on them. They are the ones who stay. You learn the world through your mouth and your paws. You pounce on your siblings' tails. You stalk grasshoppers. You ambush your mother's twitching ear and get gently swatted away. This is not just play. Every clumsy pounce is teaching your body the movements you will one day need to kill. Watching is how you learn. Biologists call this observational learning, which simply means you copy what the adults do. You see the lionesses hunt. You see how they move low, how they fan out, how they wait. You are memorizing your future. But your early life depends on something you cannot control. The males who rule your pride. The adult males who fathered you defend the territory and protect you from outside threats. And one day, that protection can vanish. Coalitions of male lions, usually brothers or partners, hold a pride only for a few years before stronger males drive them out. When new males take over, they do something brutal. They kill the cubs that are not their own. This is infanticide, and it is one of the leading causes of cub death in the wild. A mother will fight to defend you, sometimes to her own death, but she is one lioness against incoming males twice her size. If you survive your cubhood, it is partly luck that no takeover came while you were small. You grow. By a few months old you are weaned, meaning you stop drinking your mother's milk and start eating meat from the kills. You don't hunt yet. You scramble in at the edges of a carcass, and you learn the harsh order of the table. The adults eat first, then you take what is left. In lean times, when prey is scarce, cubs are the first to starve. Your full belly today is never guaranteed tomorrow. By your first year you are leggy and awkward, all pause and curiosity. By 2, your body is changing fast. If you are a young female, you will likely stay. You will remain in the pride you were born into, with your mother and sisters and aunts, for the rest of your life. The females are the stable core, the keepers of the territory passed down through generations. You will begin to hunt with them, learning to coordinate, to drive prey toward a waiting ambush, to bring down animals far larger than yourself. Lionesses do most of the hunting, and they do it together. A single lion rarely takes down a buffalo, but several working as one can. If you are a young male, your life takes a harder turn. Around 2 to 3 years old, you are forced out. The pride that raised you pushes you into exile, often alongside your brothers. Now you are nomads, with no territory and no protection, wandering the edges of other pride's lands. These are the most dangerous years of a male's life. You must avoid established males who would kill you. You must learn to hunt for yourself without a team. Many young males die in this wandering stage, from starvation, from injury, from fights they could not win. Your mane is just beginning to grow, dark fur thickening around your face and neck, a signal of your strength, and a target painted on you by every male whose land you cross. In your prime, you are one of the most powerful predators on the continent. An adult lioness weighs around 280 pounds. A male can reach 420 or more. Your bite can crush bone. Your roar can be heard for miles, and researchers have shown it carries information: who you are, how many of you there are. Lions are the only truly social cats, the only ones who live and hunt and raise young in a group. Everything about you is built for cooperation. You rest up to 20 hours a day, conserving energy in the heat, then hunt in the cool of dusk and dark. And now comes the drive that shaped everything. If you are a female, you will mate and bear your own cubs, often in sync with your sisters, and the creche begins again with you at its center. If you are a male, your whole exile was building to this single chance. You and your coalition must challenge another group of males and take over a pride of your own. If you win, you rule, you father cubs, you defend them and the lionesses against the next wave of challengers. But the clock is already running. Male tenure is short, often just 2 to 4 years, because there is always a younger, stronger coalition coming for what you hold. Time is not kind to a lion. In the wild, you are old by 10 or 12. Females may live into their mid-teens within the safety of the pride. Males rarely do. Once you are driven from your territory, and you will be by stronger males, as you once drove out others, you have nothing, no pride to feed you. No coalition if your brothers have died. An old male alone, his great mane now ragged, his teeth worn, his body slow, faces the same hunger that has always lurked at the edge of every meal. This is senescence, the simple, unkind word for growing old, for the body wearing out. You die the way most wild lions die when their strength fails. Not in a great battle usually, but quietly, from starvation, from infection in an old wound, from the long, slow loss of the power that was once your whole identity. Your body returns to the savanna that made you. Hyenas and vultures and the smallest insects take you back into the soil, and the grass grows greener where you fall, and a herd grazes there, and somewhere a new cub is being hidden in that same tall grass. You were born blind and helpless, 3 pounds of breath in the grass, knowing nothing but your mother's warmth. You lived as a king of a world that never once promised to keep you. And in the end, you give that world your body, the way every lion before you did, so that the long, fierce, fragile story of the lion goes on without you. Thank you for living this life with me, for being born, for surviving, for ruling, and for letting go. If this lion's life moved you, subscribe and tell me in the comments which animal's life you want to live next. Until then, be gentle with the short, wild time you've been given. Goodbye.